Okay, by now everyone has seen that incredible shot of the bouncy house basically flying like Superman in the sky. At first I thought it was totally fake because it just looked so incredible. And now we find out it's real. 3 kids were hurt. Does that make you question anytime your kids go to any of these bouncy houses, or if you know any of these birthday parties that are outside and you don't know who's, you know, building these things?
I would if it was a windy day. But the thing I find also interesting is there's a huge warning in the packaging that comes with this toy from Little Tikes saying, do not do this on a windy day, don't do this in rain. It could leave the ground. Oh. It actually says that.
Because it's basically just plastic. It's plastic filled with air. Like, it's not anything that's heavy. It's not anything that's on a foundation. It's just...
It doesn't get anchored down?
Yeah, it does.
But so this is, to be fair, this is different than those industrial bouncy houses. This is something like you and me, we go get a hammer and like bam, bam, bam. So basically it wasn't into the ground enough then.
How far do the kids fly?
Like 2-3 stories.
They really weren't in there though.
They
fell out?
They fell out.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is like a real life balloon boy.
Real life, yeah.
Well, yeah,
this is real.
Except it really happened.
Yeah, that's the thing, that when you see this picture and then you realize there's children inside of this thing, that's what's so scary about it.
One of them had head injuries, the other had 2 broken arms, yeah. I mean, it's a miracle they didn't die.
Yeah.
Just the picture, it's not a UFO, it's a bouncy house.
It's not Falcon.
That's what I thought.
Okay, so everybody has seen the video of the elevator ride from hell with Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Solange. We were wondering what's going on in there, what caused all this. Was there a rift between Beyonce and her sister? But now she's posted some pictures on Instagram to kind of indicate they're still buds.
This is kind of like the first response that we're seeing or hearing from Beyonce, because as we know, her and Jay-Z have been mum about it, Solange as well. This morning, Beyonce goes on Instagram and posts 4 pictures back to back of her and Solange. Every picture they look happy. Now, everyone's now questioning, so she's posted something of her and Solange since the incident, but nothing of her and Jay-Z. Does that say anything? But remember, they were at the game together. But, you know, it's the first reaction we've heard so far. Now we're thinking everyone's back to normal. We can move along with our lives and stop talking about them.
No,
they're
people
sisters.
Stop talking about it because Solange, remember, Solange took Beyonce's pictures down. So what does Beyonce do? She puts pictures of Solange up. Like, come on, this is...
She's being a big sister. She's being a big sister, being the better person. I mean, to me, sisters fight. That's what we do. Sisters fight and we get over it, and one person's got to man up, or one of person's got to be woman up and say, yeah, but I mean, sisters fight, that's what you do. Look, I think the photos on Instagram may be a peace offering, or maybe it's an in memoriam. Maybe they're never friends again. I don't know. But you know, sisters fight. And I think at this point, I personally feel like, okay, guys, this is a private matter.
But it might not be sisters fighting, because the issue was not Beyonce in that elevator. The issue was Solange and Jay-Z. So, yes, sisters are fighting. This is probably Beyonce's way of saying, maybe I should have stepped in. Maybe I should have done something. Maybe I could have been on your side. That could be what this is.
Beyonce and Jay-Z are married. They're one person now.
Right.
I think this is just Beyonce's message to the world that me and my sister, we're okay. You can stop talking about it and move on with your life.
That's not happening. Beyonce, you need to say something. Like, verbally say something.
That's also gonna get.
But tell her.
Beyonce, say something. We want to know. The world wants to know. Like, what's going on with you and Solange?
I don't want to know.
She came to a game with her husband. They're doing good, and now she posted these pictures of her and her sister.
We want more.
That's
not enough. No, that's not enough.
Lynette wants her to speak.
Yes, I need her to say. She speaks about everything else.
No, she does. No, she does.
She's a grown woman. She can do whatever she
Okay, so now some might think this is kind of like an eggshell topic. You guys know Louis C.K. We know him for hating cell phones. Okay. Now on his show recently, he brought up the topic of fat girls, quote fat girls, and in the show, basically what she calls herself a fat girl gets mad at Louis C.K. because she says that he's calling her not fat, and she's like, there's nothing worse than being a fat girl and being lied to. So the whole thing, there's like 3 topics to this. One, that he feels judged that if I'm going out with someone who other guys will think isn't hot, should I not go out with her? Is it bad to just, is it a no-win situation for a guy? Because if some girl says I'm fat and you say I'm not fat, then you're lying. Or if he's silent, then, oh, well, then he does think I'm fat. Is this like a no-win situation for guys about fat girls?
Is it the controversy that he's talking about it? Because I think the thing with comedians is that they're the ones that actually bring up the things that nobody else wants to talk about.
Yeah.
So, and they can sort of do it with humor.
A lot of the commentary is that there's controversy he's bringing it up, and also that, yay, he's bringing it up. Let's talk about it.
I personally applaud him because he's the one that he just talks about the truth, and most people don't have the balls to do it.
And is it also that he's saying fat? Should we say overweight? Should we say heavy?
It was mostly her, her monologue, which was, I mean, hello, as a fat girl, we've all thought these things, and she actually voiced it, and I thought she did it in a very poignant, direct, and touching way.
It was very moving. I heard it on the radio on my way to work. Her monologue, and she's just saying, hold my hand, you would never hold my hand in daylight around people. And then the last part that they played was, she says, and what's sad is this is the only thing I want. I was driving my car like this, like I touched my heart. It was very moving. Oh no.
Yeah, I think the question, what do you say if you're Louis C.K. and a friend of yours say, as a fat person, and then, do you say, well, yeah, you are fat? Do you just avoid it and just move on to the next topic? Or do you say, yeah, you are?
Everybody knows they're fat, though. Like, nobody
But how do you
needs to say
handle
it.
it as that person's friend? Like, I feel like she kind of went into attack mode after he said you're not fat, but what was he supposed to say?
Well, you were fat too.
Then there's that.
He might not think it, though.
But I probably would have said the same thing.
No, I agree though. I would be. I'd
Like,
feel
you're not-
uncomfortable. I don't know what
It's
to
an
say.
uncomfortable feeling.
It's like somebody saying,
You set me
I'm
up.
ugly. Yeah, you are ugly.
What
Like,
do you
you don't
say?
want anybody to say that. Yeah.
She also said, don't say, oh, well, you could do this, or
So what do you say?
yeah.
It's a lose-lose.